Good evening. Welcome to another episode of the McGonigal podcast, America's Stupidest podcast. We're back. This is actually episode 26. They've let us through 26 of these stupid episodes. God knows when they're going to stop us. As I say, NPR for Dummies, as my shirt will show you. NPR for Dummies, right here. Meet the press for stupid people. This is the show. We got a good panel tonight. So we're good. Sheet full of stupid topics. On my right, back again, host of the Kensil Culture podcast, John Kensil. He's here. John Kensil. On my left, for the first time, the co-host of this podcast, South Jersey Bad Boys, Dan Callahan is here.
Hey, Dan.
Dan. Believe me, I've seen his co-host. Dan is the bad boy in that title. Trust me.
Somebody's gonna do it.
I've met his co-host. So, let's do another stupid episode, I guess. What the hell? We got the hour here, so what the hell else are we gonna do? We can have a light, but you can do this. No, we're happy to be here, and I got a sheet full of really stupid topics, even stupider than normal. I guess we'll start out with the thing everybody's been talking about this week. The Delco dumper. Did you see the video of the Delco dumper, John?
Unbelievable.
That girl should be in the Olympics. How did she? The talent that girl had to do that on command. And
what Eddie's talking.
Aim.
It made TMZ. Some woman was getting road rage, and because somebody behind her was beeping at her. The woman in the first car runs out and she goes and she defecates right on her hood in the middle of the day.
Yeah, she didn't shit. It looked like Mount Vesuvius, the way the shit that came out of this woman's ass. I have no idea how you could do that on command. How you could do that anytime.
Was she waiting?
What drive-through did she come out?
Yeah,
it looked like she spent a week in Mexico and was all backed up, and then it finally blamed. How was that possible? A human being could do that.
It was like a watermelon filled with guacamole dip. Some kids were in her car, and was she waiting for it? Was she eating fiber all week? I hope someone cuts.
How? But how would you, if that was coming out, how would you have been able to hold it? You should have been just shitting all over your own car seat.
Trying to get to the closest Wawa. I'm not going to make it.
Well, no wonder she had road rage and all that backed up inside her. I would have road rage too.
So, fellow friend and podcast host of Dad Meat, Mike Rainey, lives in Prospect Park, Pennsylvania. It's right below Philadelphia, Delco. I emailed him. I sent him a text. Hey, Mike. You know where's happening? He goes, yeah, 200 feet from my front door.
Solely went out to where it happened, and they spray painted. It looks like the JFK X in the road.
Somebody spray painted. It was like a pentagram.
I wonder if there was a grassy knoll nearby, and they think there was a second squirter,
a second shitter.
That's unbelievable that could happen.
I was really surprised too because we think we're funny. There's people who are keyboard
warriors. I don't
warriors.
necessarily think I'm funny, but all right, go ahead.
But they're keyboard warriors. Someone's going, oh, she's a little deuce coupe. Oh, she got rear-ended. Every pun you can think of.
That's unbelievable. That woman, they should have her on America's Got Talent or one of those reality shows.
She's about to go start headlining clubs all over.
She'd have to.
Ship at healing with the punchline.
She'd have to.
Well, did you see her arrest video?
And she was laughing, right?
They got their handcuffs on. She goes, yeah, I did it. So what? She goes, I know, I got a problem. She's like, fuck.
She's gonna. Here's the thing. She's gonna be a podcast next week. Get way more viewers than I'm getting. I promise you.
Unless you have her on this show.
I should try to get her on here. Although I
bet
don't
you could.
think Jim Corrigan would appreciate that shitting on his tabletop. That way it wouldn't be up his alley for that.
You know, I bet with the cops say, give me the handcuffs. And does anybody have a cork?
Did you hear the woman in the background when they were arresting her? She was like, you don't know the whole story.
Those were extenuating circumstances, for God's sakes. But how would you like to have been the cops? You know, they were picking straws who had to go arrest her. Because nobody wanted to arrest her because God knows what she's going to do next.
I don't know what the woman did.
Yeah.
Had her car shut. Yeah. Did she go to a car wash? Did she go to the cops?
Yeah. I'd have to set the car on fire. I couldn't drive that again. How could you own that car after that happened?
When the video first happened, because why was the guy filming it? Right, all right, and people were thinking it was,
you're always on film. We're all on film all day long. There's no way around that.
You'll see something. I see Mike. But people were writing fake. It was like a fake internet video. Then it was real. Oh my God!
He was one of the worst cameramen of all time. Luckily, he got the shot barely. If there's just a little bit of a better angle, you could really see the momentum.
Yeah.
But you're right. The woman who owns the car got shit on. I guarantee you'll never get that smell out. Even if you go to get it looks good, you'll never get that smell out. That smell was there forever. I guarantee you.
Get rid of that shit.
That's gotta be awful.
Shit box car.
The first appropriate car being called a shit box.
I used to say, I don't know why they make fun of Delco. There's a lot of nice neighborhoods and stuff down there. Right?
That's the type of thing you would joke about that would happen in Delco. And it actually happened in Delco. That's unbelievable that can happen.
I'll tell you, if you want to do a special podcast, stuff like that has happened around here before. There was a famous hairdresser shop in Northeast Philadelphia. I'm not going to say his name because anyway, but he got drunk on an airplane flight, a plane from here, like the California. He got drunk and he went to bath. He did a sit down funny clown bathroom on the food cart, the drink tray.
It was a hairdresser from Philadelphia.
Yeah, and it's about 15 years ago. But he went to the silly sit down bathroom on a food court.
Incredible.
Earlier this week, there was a woman on a plane. Did you read about this? She stripped naked and she shit on the plane seat. I never was going to go, that's got to be the biggest story. No, that got wiped off the headlines. Everybody forgot all about her with this other shit.
Finally, Delco's on the map.
I bet you could do a podcast weekly about stuff like this. Body function.
I'm sure somebody does a Delco podcast. There has to be somebody doing some kind of crazy Delco podcast. There has to be. But I think my neighborhood's bad Mayfair, and then I see this kind of stuff. Well, maybe it's not so bad.
It's so crazy.
This is a woman you never want to piss her. If you live near this woman, never piss her off. Cut her lawn, shovel her walk in the wintertime. Make sure you stay on her good. Give her cookies at Christmas time. Make sure she's your friend. The last thing you want is this woman to come with a vengeance on you. Holy cow!
Who was when the Eagles won the first Super Bowl? And they had all the people celebrating, and that fat kid goes over and eats horse shit. He goes, Eagles.
But that's nothing compared to this boy. She wipes everybody out.
Maybe he works in a detail shop. He can help them.
They should put her in the next Marvel movie. She'd be the best superhero.
She's just waiting for her.
That's unbelievable. I'd love to be friends with her. Every time I get an enemy, I take her over to see him. That's unbelievable that she can do that.
Oh my God! And she must have been waiting for it.
How would you have that kind of aim, that kind of control?
She got charged with disorderly conduct and public lewdness.
Public lewdness. That's it. I mean, it sounds like there ought to be something more than that. Some kind of charge.
Somebody I know accidentally sent the whole clip to TMZ.
Full clip?
No, I sent the link from the Instagram to TMZ.
Yeah, I wonder who did that. I wonder if we know a guy who would do that. That doesn't sound like anybody we know.
And then I sent the arrest one to him, too.
Who would send a clip like that? That's unbelievable that you would have that kind. I mean, I don't know if I've ever. I actually have been mad enough for somebody that I would like to do that. I wouldn't be able to, I wouldn't have the body control to do it, but I'd like to do it.
Sometimes you find you're daydreaming driving. Don't you wish like a frozen shit from an airplane would just land on us right through the hood of her car?
That's unbelievable.
You know that Delco actually has a tourism board?
Really?
Yeah, I saw billboards going over the Commodore Barry. They have it's like visit Delwood.
Tourism board.
Their phrase is like, what they say about us is true. Like something like thing. It's like whatever they say about us, they're right. Or something like that. And now let me clear the proofs.
Here's the cool thing. That would have to be like an easy job to do. Because you have no standards. Just come and visit Delco. Everybody knows how bad it is.
We used to make jokes, and I don't know why is Delco the big joke town now? Like there's like Kensington, Levittown.
Well, we were growing up. Me and John are older than you. We never heard the term Delco. Nobody ever said Delaware County. I don't know when Delco became the nickname for it. Yeah. I'm not sure when it happened, but it happened, and it happened in a hurry. It became, and then it's everywhere. Everybody just talks about Delco.
There's a movie out called Delco, Delco the movie.
Really?
And it's like in that independent film, but it's just
lot of body function, body fluid in that movie. I guess. And I'm guessing most of the characters have a tattoo. Oh, there it is. There, they say we're a lot, and they're right. That's exactly right.
I'd love to see what's under the things to do. What could they possibly? Local flavors.
But there's some real nice neighborhoods
they
there.
Should put Mike Rainey on the Visit Delco tours board. He'd be the best spokesman for it. There's no question. Mike would be the best spokesman. That's
everything. Family fun.
That's history. No, you don't want to know the history of Delco. You want to try to get somebody to wipe that off the internet. Get one of those internet companies that do the white thing out.
the,
You don't want people to know that.
What's her name? The actress from Titanic who.
Kate Winslet?
She did they're from
the Mayor of Easttown?
She plays it, but she said the hardest accent she ever had to do, and she's done like
that accent.
What's going on? Hey, you know, I didn't see a dip. Yeah, what's going on, Hoagie?
Well, some of the British actors do the American accents better than we do.
Yeah.
So some of the British, like what's the black guy's name who was in The Wire? What the hell?
Oh, no, Omar.
I can't think of his name,
but
he's actually British, which is amazing. He played Stringer Bell, was the guy doing The Wire. And it's amazing that he's British. But you would have no idea.
The Marvel movies, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, they have real thick British accents.
Oh, Benedict Cumberbatch?
Yeah, he does Rick from The Walking Dead, right? You'd think he was from the South, but that's interesting.
Who did the voice coaching for Kate Winslet on that? Did you just drive around with somebody from
Probably. I'm sure they hired somebody from down there. Like when you think, I would imagine that's what they did.
It's weird. I live in California, and every time, once in a while, you meet somebody, you hear the way I'm talking now. And, oh my God, are you from the? And they go, yeah, what's going on?
I swear, I thought it was fake when I saw that video. There's no way a human being could do that on command like that with that kind of aim.
Yeah.
How is that possible? But somehow she managed to pull it off.
There was just no hesitation. Like she got right in there.
That's what I mean. It was, and right on that kind of aim.
That's right in the middle too. Right on the middle. Like it was perfectly placed.
What that woman in the car was thinking, like, oh, what's she doing? Going to pull my hood ornament off?
Did you hear what she was yelling? She was like, "You're a freaking slut!" Everything that you false. The first thing that came to mind.
She called the shitter sent her or the other one.
One in the other car. She's like, "You're a freak." She called her a pig, and then she called her.
Pig, I don't know about slut. Where like I always think the opposite. That nobody's sleeping with her if she's doing that. But okay, I mean that is still unbelievable to me that she was able to pull that.
I just love anything from Delco because going from South Jersey, Delco is like the South Jersey trashy pussy.
But I mean, the military should hire her, and every time we get an enemy, we send her over to their embassy and just have her to do and get them back off.
There's another body function story from a guy from Delco. It was a fat guy with blonde hair, young kid. But a couple came down for a Phillies game, and they're playing some New York team, and the guy the Delco guy got mad at this father and daughter, so he leaned over and he threw up all over them. So the cops locked him up, and the kid had a black eye because the dad punched me. He just vomited on me and my daughter. Oh my,
Delco produces these talented people. It's amazing.
You could fill up the entire entertainment section of that tourism
body function.
Make these videos.
That's funny.
Send the videos to the tourism.
That's funny. They say we're a lot, and they're right.
I went to Delco, and all I got was this shit-stained T-shirt.
They had to be making T-shirts. I'm pretty sure they do.
Oh, that
T-shirts out.
They will. Someone will do that.
Yeah.
Oh, that is unbelievable. Well, let's talk about another classy woman who was in the news this week. I guess you followed her story of Bill Belichick and his problems and his young boy. She's another talented woman. This one who's got Bill Belichick's head turned sideways.
Yes.
Bill Belichick was the hardest ass guy. These big black football players couldn't scare him. Nobody could make him back off. This girl's got him backing off. She must have like super pussy, this girl, to do what she's done to Bill Belichick. How is that possible?
So they're on a podcast, and she's sitting to the side over there, and the reporter says, "Oh, how'd you and your girlfriend meet?" Because he's like 72 and she's 26.
Yeah,
something like that.
Right,
some insane thing like that.
And she yells out, "Don't go there," or the interview's over.
We're not talking about that or something.
He asked how they met.
They met, yeah.
She's like, we're not talking about that. And I'm like, now, like, how did you meet?
But they were saying that's the only thing that CBS kept in. There were whole other things where she kept jumping in. She kept jumping into the interview. But I'm thinking, what happens if Bill Belichick dies? Is every other like old football coach going to start lining up? I get my turn in there. Some of these retired guys,
Well, you're right. From watching, Bill Belichick was a hard ass guy. Yeah. But is he like losing it? And he's having some woman take over his life.
I don't know, but it's insane. I mean, literally, there'll be 300-pound black guys, and Bill Belichick wouldn't budge, wouldn't back down. This girl's got him pussy whipped. That's amazing. How she could get him? Nobody could.
Did you see the photos on her Instagram?
That's
she was rolling around in the surf, and he's dressed as like a sailor boy.
And she's dressed as a mermaid. He's acting like he's catching her on a fishing line.
Somebody sent me that picture. It's Bill Belichick in year 2000 and his girlfriend at the same time. It's a little baby. Whatever.
Well, yeah, I mean that's probably exactly right.
Yeah, she's 24, so like it was only 6 years ago that she turned 18.
That's unbelievable. Holy cow!
Somebody had said since she's been dating him, her portfolio, her worth, has gone up millions of dollars.
Real estate portfolio. She
Oh,
has
yeah,
$1
yeah.
million.
Yeah, well, wait, how did she get that? She's a real estate whiz. In a market where nobody's selling houses, she somehow becomes that's unbelievable. But Belichick, this tough. Tom Brady and those guys they had to be pissed.
What's going on in New England?
Yeah.
They had to be pissed because I mean he was kicking her ass all these years and look, it takes this
Man,
this
you're
hot
right.
chick to tame them down.
I was trying to think of some joke like her breast implants were deflated, like the football deflated, but I can't think of it.
People have been saying all those kind of jokes, yeah. Well, the Babylon Bee had a great line. He said, Bill Belichick's girlfriend leaves him for Lou Holtz. I almost fell down when I read that.
Babylon's got, they're what the Onion should be now.
Babylon Bee is funny. The funniest thing on the internet. They're really fun. But I don't know about Belichick. I mean, how much longer can he hold out? And he's gonna start a coaching job this year with North Carolina. Those players must be rolling their eyes. This is gonna be great.
Yeah, that's yeah. He's right up there. I did not see out of any coach you don't really hear that any NFL coaches that get into that type of relationship. You know what I'm saying?
And he would have been the last guy that anybody would have picked that could do something like that. This could happen to Bill Belichick.
It just yesterday, Anna Nicole Simpson's daughter wore the same dress she wore to the Kentucky Derby.
She's
18 now, and she looks like her. But someone said, remember Anna Nicole Smith? She married that 98-year-old.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
You gotta look something out of a Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like an old.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, she was a soulmate.
You see something. It's the good looks, it's the personality.
Yeah, they met. They fell in love in a previous life, and they knew each other. But that's unbelievable.
She wouldn't notice. She wanted the Civil War benefits.
Here's the woman. Her was a mermaid.
There's Skipper with his big catch.
Listen, the Gordon Fisherman. That's.
See, if he's already doing something like that, and it's still pretty fresh. I don't know how long they've been dating, but I can't wait for him to really sell out. He's going to start doing TikTok.
He was the hard ass. He wouldn't answer a question. He get mad at the media, and then he falls for that. That's unbelievable. That Belichick of all people would fall for this.
I just hope he's not like surprised that he's getting all this attention for that, because there's no way you can get into that and not be like shocked. Like, you guys are interested in this 72-year-old sex life? It's like, now we are. Yeah.
And his kids must be shitting themselves, because if he marries her and doesn't have a prenup, she gets everything when he dies. And they must be shitting themselves. Everything goes to the wife.
Pictures wearing his Super Bowl rings and everything.
Oh, there you go. His kids must be thrilled. His granddaughter is probably close to her age.
But 50 years older. Oh my
His
God.
granddaughter's probably old enough to be that girl's mother.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, Bill Belichick. Holy cow. How do you let that happen, Bill? Bill. Another thing I saw.
She's crushing up a Viagra, putting it as Ensure.
I'm sure. No, she probably is. She's probably doing the opposite. She's probably putting saltpeter in it. So
what's this?
Can't perform.
That's my colostomy bag.
Another thing I saw this week, I guess you saw this, the woman who was one of Jeffrey Epstein's big accusers committed suicide. Another Epstein-related suicide.
She was in a car accident before.
Oh, yeah. And then, but somehow they said... They said she was in bad shape, and then she recovered, but she wasn't as in bad shape as they said from the car accident. And then she commits suicide, which these Epstein suicides are a bigger epidemic than measles at this point.
It's crazy. And she said, I'm not going to live long.
Does anybody believe that this woman committed? There's no chance she committed suicide.
She did say at some point that I'm not suicidal.
I'm not suicidal. Well, other people who are around now all going on social media saying, I'm not suicidal.
I've seen people say they were involved in that.
Who would believe that she committed suicide?
And even the whole Epstein thing, really, the two guards.
Well, I can believe
took
they
a
were
break.
lazy prison guards, but I can't believe the cameras would go up.
Why we don't have a GPS implanted in Hillary Clinton's neck?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. She just suspiciously happened to be driving away for scene.
You see the list of people that are associated with Clinton?
Yeah.
Is there anybody in the world that's known that many people that have committed suicide?
Oh my God,
that was around during the 90s, and if you said it back then, you would as a conspiracy theory. How dare you say that? I remember back then,
That was crazy.
There were certain conservative magazines who would print the list, and they should be blackballed. How dare they print that?
Like Vince Foster and all
right.
the.
And then he wanted to clear his office out.
Yeah.
Somebody wanted to clear it. Why would they clear it?
He left a suicide note, and it wasn't in his own handwriting.
That's what you always do when somebody dies. You clean out their office. That's what you do. But this woman, this is ridiculous. This is the woman who did that famous picture with Prince Andrew.
Right.
Virginia Giuffre, her name. This is she committed suicide. There it is, Clinton's.
Yeah,
All the dead people.
Yeah. And you think, oh well, they're famous and met them. No, that were like their inner circle. Like they were like.
Yeah.
The wrong one.
That's all right. It's all right. I'm still good with the Clintons. What the hell? It's still fun.
That story is incredible.
I mean, I would have believed that the shitter would do aim over this woman committing suicide. There's no way I believe she committed suicide. We're supposed to just say, okay, how did she commit suicide? I guess.
How did they find her dead? OD or hung herself or something? Or?
I don't know. Her family put out their
Shot to the back.
Her family put out a statement saying, well, we regret to say that she committed suicide,
Right.
but I don't know if we even got all the details of how she did it.
That's crazy.
I'm not even sure. It's ridiculous. They should. What's that?
The
Clinton body bag. There it is. That's all the dead people.
They opened for the Deftones.
The following Clinton bodyguards are dead. Well, that happens. Sure, your bodyguard.
Yeah, like that Obama bodyguard who drowned up in
he
there.
was like a chef.
Right? Well,
Wasn't he a chef or something?
Chef. Yeah, I'm sorry, bodyguard, but Hillary Clinton, her chef drowned the same way.
Oh, sure.
Like, what did he know? What's
Well,
going?
working for Hillary, I might drown myself too. I can't say that I wouldn't do that. Well, on a different subject, I don't know if you saw this week at the Phillies game, we had another one of these public marriage proposals. There's nothing I hate worse than these public marriage proposals.
Right.
Why are these dummies who do this in public? They propose to their girlfriend. I was thinking, if you're doing that when you get divorced, we should all be allowed to come to the court. But you made us watch your proposal.
Yeah.
Let's have some fun watching your divorce proceedings.
There's a couple I've seen online that are faked. That the guy goes and she says no, and she runs up the steps, and he's going like this. Where are you going? And you realize it's overacting. It was fake doing it. But I've been at comedy shows where people got engaged.
Oh yeah, I've seen that too. I've seen that too. Dude, I hate this public proposal. Nobody's interested in your life. Do that. Some people because we grow up now in this society with YouTube and internet. Everybody thinks everything should be out there. Well, how this guy jerk off named McGonigal's got a podcast.
Yeah, if you do get engaged on something, you should do that's for show, but then do a real one at a park or next to the river.
I don't understand. I think some of them Clinton people were getting engaged and they got killed. They weren't ready to get engaged.
I thought of a joke when I first started. I said, well, when I got engaged, I went to a real nice restaurant. I had a cake saying, will you marry me on it? And my girl said yes. And I had a line that said, well, the lady wants goes, so she married the waiter? And that was my punchline. I'm like, that's what I was going to say, but she said before I had a chance to say
the
it.
waiter. Wow. So, that's when you know you picked the right business, John, when the audience is beating you to it.
So I go, I don't know.
It doesn't happen in anything else besides comedy. I
had no punch, no comeback. I'm like, oh yeah, they went to Epcot. So I stopped doing it.
That never, that only can happen to a comedian. A roofer doesn't go to somebody's house and then somebody races up and does the roof before they do it. That can only happen to a comedian. Somebody could beat you to the job.
We know a comedian, Jerry T, who got engaged with a really pretty girlfriend, and he worked out beforehand. He put an engagement ring in a slice of cake, so they had Sunday dinner at her house. And then she gets a piece of cake, and she goes, ugh, there's something in here.
No
she
way.
Spit a big mouthful of chewed up cake out, right? And her sister goes, no, look, there's something there. Her sister grabs the chewed up food. The sister sucks hold of something and gives the sister, right? And she goes, what's this? And Jerry, the guy who got engaged to her, he goes, will you be my betrothed? And she goes, no. And her mom goes, and she goes, I mean, yes.
Wow.
Right? But they broke up.
Well, he never married her.
No, he got broke up like 2 weeks later.
These public proposals, I mean, you're dragging everybody into your misery and your life. Nobody wants it. Nobody wants to see it. Who wants to see a public proposal?
I agree with you. Let's see the annulment on the Jumbotron.
Yeah.
We should all be allowed to come, bring popcorn, and watch a divorce proceedings. Absolutely. I don't understand why that's a public. Who was the first public proposal?
Man.
Was it somebody back in the Revolutionary War?
Yeah.
who was first champions who thought this was a good idea
I
to
know.
do a public proposal? I'd love to know who the first guy
man.
was. Well, that was a good idea.
Really do fake, like you said, they fake a lot of it. I interned for the Camden River Sharks in college.
Yes.
And we would fake as like the street marketing team. We would fake shit in the stands all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Ridiculous. I would dress up as that shark mascot.
Oh, yeah.
The amount of insane things. Incredible.
Are the Camden River Sharks still there or no?
No, they bulldozed that stadium. That team, maybe the league is. They were independent, but yeah.
Right, they were independent. Right. I forgot about it. Wasn't Mitch Williams involved? Was he a pitcher coach or a manager or
They
something?
had a lot of ex-Phillies
I
guys.
think Mitch Williams was involved in something over there.
It was a AAA team, right? Like, yeah.
One of those independent leagues.
We have a comedian friend who used to have a joke about how they had sucky promotions there.
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, then hear about the free T-shirt and everything. He goes, I went to the Camden River Sharks. It was a free Albanian orphan night. They're giving away Albanian orphans. I went to watch a ball game. I came home with Dad.
Whose joke was that?
Mike Stankiewicz.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Well, we were talking about classy women. Did you see the Instagram influencer who, or maybe she was OnlyFans? I'm not sure if it was Instagram or OnlyFans. She had to go to the hospital because she was trying to do the carrot challenge, and she injured herself internally doing the carrot.
We put carrots on ourselves?
The carrot, apparently there's a thing, the carrot challenge, where you take carrots, or women do, thankfully. Maybe some guys do, I don't know, but I don't want to know about that. And you would see how far you can insert the carrot.
Man.
And this chick had to go to the emergency room. Who would think that would be dangerous?
It doesn't sound appealing.
Stick it.
Well, I mean, this is a perfect segue. I actually brought 3 carrots.
The McGonigal Carrot Challenge.
Well, I've had a prostate exam, so it wouldn't be anything new for me. It'd be similar. But
He pulls out and Tom's like, what's up, Doc? Oh, my God.
But the carrot, I mean, this is how insane this society. This goes along with the public proposals. That people think everything should be on camera. They'll do anything to get on camera.
The Tide Pod Challenge.
But the carrot challenge. I mean, just being naked on film isn't enough. Now you got to do the carrot challenge, or something to put inside yourself. I mean,
Do they sell black carrots?
What do you can have at a grocery store? I need a good. When you're buying them, do you decide? Well, let's see what's the right size here. Got to make sure you get the right carrot.
And there is like these weirdo gigantic carrots, like from like Yugoslavia, or was that 3 Mile Island over in Russia? Like giant.
Yeah, Chernobyl.
Chernobyl carrots.
Yeah, but anytime I'm buying Vaseline and carrots, I go to self-checkout. I don't know judge, but
So legally, that's her. Oh,
Yeah, that's
it's a carrot on steroids right there.
I think that's a dildo.
That's sex toys.
But I actually think she actually used a real carrot from when I was reading.
What's that stuff you put in you have a flat tire, put those cones out on the street?
Yeah. And there's those traffic cones.
Oh my God! Look at a football tee.
But who would think that would be dangerous? That you stick something in yourself and it might be bad. Who would think that something like that would hurt
As
you?
long as it gets views, it gets 500 views. It's worth it.
That's all people worry about. I mean, I'm thinking about doing something like that next with the carrot, some kind of a cucumber on my forehead, some kind of fruit if I can get it in and work it in.
Like the big story. I'm not gonna get graphic, but the story about like Richard Gere or Rod Stewart or Richard Gere with a gerbil, all right, and like. Would you go to the hospital and tell somebody that? I would go right to the car wash to get a shop vac.
That gerbil thing never happened with Gere. Went around for you. And there was a local newsman here in Philly who basically had to leave Philadelphia because the rumor, about this. I don't know if you know about this.
Before you were born, I won't say his name.
Don't say this. Back in the 80s, there was a local guy on Channel 3. And the rumor went all over Philadelphia that he was in the emergency room getting gerbils taken out of his ass.
Right.
But it wasn't true.
No.
But everybody knew about it. And the guy eventually had to leave Philadelphia because he became sick. There's some carrots.
Yeah, we can make this work.
But this story I was talking about, and I had people go. I've gone to the bathroom bigger than gerbils. Yeah, we're humans, right? But it's like
that woman in Delco, that was way bigger than a gerbil.
But someone had said too, like the story in Philly was people lie. Go, yeah, my cousin's sister's a nurse, and she was here when they brought him in, right?
But the guy had to go to. Did he go to Los Angeles?
Yeah.
I think he had to leave Philadelphia because it became such a thing that he was the gerbil guy. But and everybody swore they knew. They had a sister, brother, cousin who worked at the hospital, or the policeman who was there. But it was all just
he became
like mass hysteria. And the guy actually had to leave Philadelphia.
He became a reporter for Extra or
Right, he
tonight.
did, yeah, but
it
was unbelievable.
And someone said this. Someone said this. So, I go, how would you find me? I go, it's a sex crime. I go, is it really? Like, that's one of the sex crime things. You know, anybody puts a rodent in their rear end, it's a...
Well, there was that famous rumor about Rod Stewart that he got rushed to an emergency room and had his stomach pumped. That it was like, what was it?
like
3 pounds of semen or 2 pounds?
Yeah.
And it became this famous thing about Rod Stewart. And one time he was doing an interview with Rolling Stone magazine, and they asked him about it. And he said, well, I don't know how to deny it, because it's like once I acknowledge it, it becomes true. It's like people saying, hey, I heard you were fucking elephants out the street. He said, but once you acknowledge it, it's not true.
You're guilty.
He said that's why he never acknowledged it.
Yeah.
Going back to the Philly guys, I never knew Hurricane Schwartz did. That's why I haven't seen that in a little while.
Now, it wasn't quite the hurricane, but it was a guy back in here. It wasn't quite. God knows what hurricane. He might have been other stuff worse than that Hurricane Schwartz. I have a bad feeling.
A little bit of a Sharknado came out of Delco.
That's how I still can't get over her. Well, today, as we're filming this Sunday, May 4th, we had one of my least favorite things every year that happens today in Philadelphia happened today. The Broad Street Run.
Right.
The reason it is, your entire Facebook feed is full with people you barely know who are bragging about they did the Broad Street Run. Did you have it all over your Facebook?
Yeah.
That's all it is. Here's the thing: it's people. A lot of these people, they never run before. They just go out and do it. If they dropped dead, I wouldn't have any sympathy, because they don't know how to run. They're not marathoners. They're just running because their friends are running. So we're going to go do the Broad Street Run, and they don't even know what they're doing. These people, it's completely unhealthy to do that, to go out and run when you've never run before. You've never run before. You're going to go run.
People train for it. You know, there's
Is that what it is? It's only 10. It's not 13. It's 10.
No, it's not even a marathon. It's
not even half a marathon. Yeah, the 13 point.
13 half.
There's when your body overheats on a humid day like it was today, you have your body expels. It goes to an evacuation system. And someone posted, I don't feel like looking for it because I would hate to do my search engine, but someone posted on Instagram, several people when they run, they go to the Delco bathroom. As they're running, just
absolutely. But it couldn't be more dangerous to do something like that when you're not used to it, when you're not a runner. I mean,
God.
You're lucky you don't drop dead. Yeah. Because I've seen people in there, and I know they're not runners, and I did the what?
Well, like half the people just get on the Broad Street line and 10 yards down to the stadium.
But I wouldn't do that either, because there's a real good chance you could die on the Broad Street subway too. That's another way to die. Is the Broad Street subway
being chased by pit bulls?
Yeah. So some guy's got his pet mongoose on the same car you're on.
That might think of South on Broad Street.
Absolutely. That's exactly what it designed it.
Yeah, it's a shame. Sometimes
that's how it started years ago. It wasn't a race. It was just white people running in fear, and then people started following them. It became an annual race.
It says 10 miles. You know, I say taking a couple hours because some just start walking. But the past couple of years, there's always some big fat guy, and they show him like at midnight tonight. He finally crosses it.
Oh yeah,
I made it.
And that's what I mean. And then you view the people out there you're waiting for him. What a pain in the ass he is.
The guy had to weigh 300 pounds. I'm like, they have like a shorty hoagie on a stick in front of his legs.
Every year it rains though. That's the good side to it. That they're all out there in the pouring rain.
But, and then they actually pushed the Phillies game today back like a half hour to give to like it's clear the traffic. It's unbelievable. It's become this big thing. Everybody has. It's like again. It's the thing. Everybody's got to be on camera. Everybody's got to be on stage. It's a whole thing again. The Broad Street Run. And because I know these people on my Facebook feed, they never gotten off a couch before, and they're all of a sudden running in the Broad Street Run.
I'm not want to drive 10 miles somewhere.
Oh, I need a nap if I drive to half an hour. There's no question.
The other one, the naked bike ride they have in Philly. They have in other states too, other cities. But a couple times there's people that we know in the comedy community, like younger comedians who have done it. And they had no problem with being photographed naked riding their bike with completely open, exposed.
But they're on those rental bikes.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm the guy out there getting the rental bike.
The city bike. Yeah, they didn't smell worse than that woman's car smell.
Well, I was going to say, at the end of it, they have the seat burning festival. like they burn all the seats.
There's always people doing that you don't want to see naked.
Oh, yes. Of course it always. Anytime there's a nude beach or any kind of public nude thing, it's the worst people.
My parents, they're in heaven.
Bill Belichick. It's not his girlfriend.
Yeah,
the girlfriends don't get involved.
My parents used to get into tremendous fights because my dad would put on that show Naked and Afraid. All right. And my mom's like,
What, your dad was watching Naked and Afraid?
right? And my mom's like, I don't want that filth in this house, right? But it's just like Eddie said, these people are people you don't want to see naked at all.
How was your dad watching Naked and Afraid?
He goes, it's funny. Look, they're getting bitten by ants on their balls.
That's funny.
It's a poor man's skinny max. Hey, there it is.
Oh, that's funny.
That's filth. We'll just have to throw holy water on the TV.
Mr. Kensil from Northeast Philly watching Naked and Afraid. That is funny. Jesus Christ. Holy cow. I would like to have seen that.
You push it out in the middle of nowhere, too. They should just do that in, like, Camden or something.
Yeah, absolutely right. They should.
They were afraid on the Patco.
Now, did you hear about this guy? They're not talking about stupid people over on Mount Fuji in Japan. He was one of these mountain climbers, and of course he got disoriented like some of them do. You know, you go up and you lose the altitude and you get disoriented. He had to be rescued off of Mount Fuji. Then the next day, he realized he left his phone up there. So the dummy decides to climb up the second day. And again gets disoriented and again had to be rescued. To me, the second day, they should have been allowed to leave him there. Just leave him there. You get back for your stupid phone. Probably because he filmed himself, but again want to be on camera. But you imagine these Japanese, and they got bad tempers, some of these Japanese officials. You know? This is the old days. They would have cut your head off.
Yeah, my God.
Must be the new Japanese government. The old Japanese government.
I watch these things. Like,
You would have had to commit Harry Carey. It's a shame, but do something like that.
I
They
watch
got a
these
hold in
things.
Japan now.
he said, I watched the Mount Fuji and especially Mount Everest, all the dead bodies that they leave up there.
Oh yeah, people. That mountain climbing is insane. You're not supposed to be up there. You're not. There's a
supposed to be up
reason
there.
that people aren't up there. It's because you're not. Nature has decided you're not supposed to be up
The
there.
big issues they have at Mount Everest in Nepal is all of the human waste that, like, pollutes all of the water that it ripples down into.
And it's and there's bodies that have been there for like 60, 70, 60 years. Like there's you can't bring them down. Like, and you can't get a helicopter up there. But imagine I left my phone up there. You tool. Go get an iCloud and just download everything back down again.
But they should have been. I mean, there's a time they would have put him on the front lines.
Me only have 2 bars.
Get you on your phone.
You could probably track it right back using a Find My iPhone.
Hey, here's the bad thing. Wid booked the gig on Mount Fuji next week, and John has to drive him out. That's the worst part of it. John didn't find out yet.
Godzilla.
That's the worst. That's the worst part of it. It's coming soon. Another guy I was reading about this week. It happened on a cruise ship. This guy was dancing on the cruise ship barefoot. And somebody else got mad at him, was telling him, put your shoes on, got mad that the guy was in his bare feet, and got so mad that he actually choked the guy. He choked the guy because he was in bare feet.
Oh, man.
I don't like bare feet either, but I don't know if I'd go quite that far.
Is that
to
like-
choke somebody over?
Is it- and
I
that's-
mean,
is
bare
it-
feet is disgusting to me.
No, it's
but
it's a new thing. It's like the new electric slide.
you choked the barefoot guy? the new Lambada, the new forbidden dance.
Carnival cruise special. It had to have happened on the corner of a cruise line, right? Like,
Yeah,
they're selling like $25.
And the worst part, it was right in the middle of the comics act. The comic was just going to do his closer, and the guy does this.
Where are you from? C deck?
But he could you? I mean, I don't like bare feet, but I don't know if I'd go so far as to want to choke somebody over it. I think it might.
Because I've never been on a cruise. I did like a 3-day cruise one time, but a cruise like
John, the Camden ferry doesn't count as a 3-day cruise. That doesn't count.
we got these free needles, but people get blind, stinking drunk from dusk till dawn, and they imagine I just maybe because you're not wearing shoes. Oh my God!
That's all those cruise ships are. Just people getting blotto drunk for 24 hours a day because you can't go anywhere. You're not driving, so you're not working, so you just get drunk the whole day. You're right. That's all it is. That's all
People
cruise ships.
barefoot on airplanes.
That is disgusting. It is. I don't understand why people have to be barefoot. I don't. Keep your shoes on. That does gross me out too. I don't like that.
We had a comedian. We have a comedian friend doesn't do comedy anymore. Kevin Sullivan used to have a joke going to a Phillies game. He's sitting there. He had a cigarette, and he wasn't a big. Some guy puts his bare feet on the bars behind his head on this thing, and the guy with his bare feet goes, "Hey, put that cigarette out. It offends me." He goes, "Yeah, I will. As soon as you take those 2 blocks of feta cheese away from my head," and he goes like this. Hey, that remind your stepdad?
Mine is that. Oh, did I hit too close to broken home on that one? Yeah, but I don't like bare feet. I don't.
You ever drive around too? You see a guy driving his girlfriend in a car and she has her feet on the inside windshield?
Jesus God, you gotta be unless you're in a Tarantino movie and he goes, Quentin gets off on that. You shouldn't have your bare feet up because I'm the opposite of Quentin Tarantino. I don't get excited by bare feet.
Supposedly, he's obsessed with Uma Thurman's feet.
Oh, everybody! There's Uma Thurman's feet in Kill Bill. There's Bridget Fonda's bare feet, and
it's all bare feet.
and Jackie Brown. There's in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Margot Robbie's bare feet.
Yeah.
No, he's obsessed with bare feet. There's no
More bare feet there than Nickelodeon.
Oh yeah,
Watch that?
yeah. No, but I know about.
Schneider guy.
I read about that. That's
Oh,
fascinating.
He was the fat kid in the head of the class.
Yeah.
Right? And he's the one where he was perving on all these young women.
Yeah,
Is that what they're
he
saying?
cuddled with them, and he had a flip session with them, and he supposedly broke a lot of their spirits. Like, who's the girl with the girl was in one of the boys of the soccer team? She pretended she was a boy.
Oh,
Joyce Hunt.
Yeah, her.
Amanda
She was a cute girl. She looks like today. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
but something
And tattoo eyebrows. And,
Something in showbiz is going to break your spirit. It might as well be Dan Schneider. What the hell is it? It's going to happen eventually. I mean, we've all had our spirit broken. It doesn't matter if it's Dan Schneider or not. So this is the time of the year when we're starting up summer, when all those reports about shark attacks start coming out. Shark attack. I don't know how you feel. I kind of root for the sharks because you're showing up. Especially somebody showed up at your house. We're smoking weed, getting drunk, beer cans all over, then jumped in your pool. What do you want to kill them?
Yeah,
That's all.
yeah.
I know. I root for the sharks. I don't. I mean,
oh my god.
I started rooting for the Sharks when I was in Wildwood a couple summers ago. I saw a guy out, like, he couldn't, there's no way he was touching the bottom.
Right.
And he's out there with, like, he's only, like, from shoulders up as out of the
Right.
And he has a cigarette. And he's just,
Oh man.
he's just smoking barely.
of course he had a cigarette. I'm sure he was probably from Delco.
You know, if a shark eats him, his shark farm's like, you know what the cholesterol levels in those things? They're fat Philadelphia, Kansas.
Sharks are addicted to nicotine now.
I mean, this is the same thing as climbing the mountain. There's nature. There's
Darwinism,
there's some places you're not supposed to be as a human being. A mountaintop in waters in waters where
there-
sharks are. You're not supposed to be there.
There's those sites and videos called the Darwin Awards. Like just people doing stupid stuff, putting air in car tires. And one guy thinks it's funny, sticks up his friend's ass. And the guy, his insides explode. It's not going to be a
His
cartoon.
insides explode?
Yeah, it's not going to be a cartoon where he floats away like a balloon. Oh, stupid, right? You die.
Wait, how far did he stick it up? His insides explode.
Yeah, it was a gun type one, and just it gets he goes a big blast air went, it blew his insides apart. Like, ha, I got him. Wait, are you awake? You know, but
His
people do
insides
like you said.
blew apart. That sounded like the worst episode of Quincy ever.
Sam, I don't know what's going on here.
Insides blew apart. Oh, that's better than the shark eating. His insides.
That must be horrible getting eaten by a shark. Oh.
Yeah, but there's just certain places you're not supposed to be in. People go in there's jungle when they drive the car with the wild animals. There's jungle.
Oh, man.
You're not supposed to be in certain places that nature doesn't want you there.
First video I saw of a shark attack was a couple years
Yeah, so that was horrible.
Russian guy in the Red Sea, I think it was.
And he ate him for like 15 minutes. He was screaming, and there's nothing you could do. It was a great white shark. Oh,
Was it one of Putin's enemies or another suicide?
Yeah.
A lot of them committed suicide too. A lot of Putin guys like Epstein, they committed suicide.
we have a comedian friend, Bob Levy. Yeah. He said he was there for his son's birth. He goes, I didn't know what comes out of a woman. He goes, you see blood and the guts and the license plate from Jaws.
That's funny. That's funny. License plate from. Leave it to Levy to come up with something like that. That is funny. License plate from Jaws. Jeez, you ever stay away from sharks. Did you read about this female mail carrier? She was, out doing her route, and she stopped at the one customer's house, and the customer offered her some Jello shots. So she did a couple of Jello shots at this customer's house. And then, like, down the block, she crashed the mail. She crashed the mail from somebody's milk truck, from somebody's front, and up on the lawn. I mean, she might be the coolest mail carrier ever. I'm not sure she's the worst or the coolest mail carrier ever. But she's drinking on the job.
Oh, my God. I remember years ago, mailmen have to do an 8-hour shift. So you might go to get done delivering 6 hours. Well, they have to go back and start sorting. They can't, right? Well, I remember going.
That's a brutal job. They bust your balls.
I remember there was a bar in Northeast Philly somewhere. You stop in at lunchtime. There was like 25 mailmen in there, right? It's like Cliff Clavin's all because they didn't want to go back to the shop and have to do more. There's somebody I know that they had to get a job and they worked at a postal thing. They were delivering mail in New Jersey. It was real hot out, and it was like their first day. Well, there was an African American lass, and like 4 hours, she goes, I had enough of this. I ain't doing it. She came back and threw the bag on the thing. Well, the person I know had to, him and the manager had to deliver mail till like 9 o'clock at night.
Oh my God.
Wow. Yeah, I wonder who that was.
But here's another like doing Jello shots.
Jello shots.
I would love to have a hammered mail carrier. Forget all the young mail carriers. Yeah.
That is
He's putting the mail in her kid's mouth. Oh, it's over there. Oh my God. Just Jello shots. That's like out of a porno movie. Hey, come on in. I got some stinks for you.
Exactly. But she's doing Jello. That is
Jello shots.
Where did that happen? It sounds like it'd be local to you.
No, it wasn't. I forget where it was now. I read it and I don't remember where it happened, but I forget
It's had to be early in the day. They make put the Jello in the morning. Go, this is for that mail person. Like, who has Jello shots waiting around their house for a mailman?
Yeah, but I mean, what kind of a sicko offers their mailman booze?
Yeah.
That's you got to think about that person. Would you even think about that offering? Hey, come on, come do a couple of. Must have been some guy trying to get laid, right? It had to be. He's offering a girl.
Yeah,
it had to be.
He has whippets for the gas man. He has.
Yeah. My mail carrier cracked. Some mail.
Well, you could see some edibles, sure.
Yeah.
You could see that. That would make perfect sense. That would make. So here's something I wanted to bring. What happened?
Orlando.
Oh,
Orlando,
that's Delco South.
South Carolina, but Orlando, yeah.
Florida's Delco, a whole state.
Oh yeah, it is. So people keep calling Donald Trump Hitler. Trump is Hitler. That's got to piss Vladimir Putin off, right? Because I mean, what has he got to do to be called? He's invading smaller countries. He's poisoning his enemies, and the other guy is Hitler.
Yep.
What am I going to do to impress these people? He's got to be pissed that they're calling the other guy Hitler.
The guy who actually does.
Yeah.
He's like the Hitler touring show.
Yeah, it's like a comic who has good jokes, and then some prop guy becomes famous. The prop? Why is he famous? It's got to be. That's got to piss people off.
We put it earlier. The Clinton kill list. Look at the
Putin,
the Putin one. Oh my God, it's way worse than that.
Everybody, there were like 5 different guys who fell out a window, who accidentally fell out a window. They just happened to be Putin's enemies, and they accidentally tumbled out a window.
Was a reporter? He was a guy who got poisoned by and he was rotted away.
Oh yeah,
how
there was
bad?
a guy who
How
rotted away,
sad?
and they died. Yeah, that's right.
And no one cares.
But they call the other guy Hitler.
Yeah.
The other guy,
Do you ever think-
Putin's got me like, what the fuck?
That's what you
Come
ever think-
on!
and you're
I got to get a better publicist.
Yeah, in the year 2025, we should be having flying cars and colonize Mars. I mean, here, like crazy. That's like something out of a sitcom, or not like a drama, like a spy show in the 50s. He had secret poison pills.
Yeah, I don't know how you would poison somebody today. You don't know what you're eating. How would you get?
Yeah, no, you get caught right away.
Unless it's you're a mail carrier and somebody hands it.
Or was it a Jello shot?
But
Crashes the
Putin has to be a little pissed that he doesn't get more. He's got to get more credit.
He's like, what do I have to do?
Exactly. He's got to be pissed.
The new Hitler.
Yeah, he's like a supporting actor who can. Kremlin's greatest hits. Here it is. They're all.
They have an award like that. It's called the Hitty. It's like the Oscars.
Yes, he the one got fall. What do you mean fall?
Oh, there's a reporter. Yeah, the guy no hair there. He's purple or yellow.
Poison tea.
What a way to go out. Some tea.
Where are you that somebody gets a hold of your tea? You don't know what.
Yeah, and
Some angry Starbucks girl is poisoning your tea.
And Putin was in charge of the KGB. Like he knows the ways to get you. Yeah. Right? Oh my God, Christ!
So we were talking about the postal delivery. I went to the post office. I had to get stamps, and they offered me. Here's your options, and there was all these crazy stamps and. The best option, the one I got the Betty White stamps. I forgot that Betty White was actually on a stamp.
Right.
I asked the girl, I said, we don't have any American flags? No, this is all we got. So now I'm sending out, people probably get mad at me when my bills are going to come back, return to sender because they got Betty White on there.
I refuse to open this up.
Betty White stamps on the
yeah, I like Blanche better.
Please tell me the Betty White stamps are forever.
Yes, exactly.
These last 99 years and they expire on New Year's Eve.
But I'm wondering if they're going to be in the Stell Getty stamp at some
man.
point. I mean, but
Yeah,
Betty
it's
White
funny,
stamps.
it's funny till you find out Stella Getty was one of the younger ones.
She actually was, but it's. I mean, I'm embarrassed putting these Betty White stamps on, but I guess I can't believe I'm putting Betty White stamps on there.
There's a couple of comedy clubs in the city when they don't have comedy nights. They want to get people in the room somehow, so you have like a drag brunch.
Drag brunch.
Where you're served by big drag queens.
There it is. There's a Betty White stamp.
That's a dick spray there, but there's nude picture of her. She was a nude model in the 40s.
Really?
I swear to God, yeah. They have one. They have a murder mystery of the Golden Girls. So 4 men dressed as the Golden Girls. Each one's like, they all look like B. Arthur probably. But
they're all sexier than B. Arthur.
But they do that was a great line too when Jeff Ross said that about somebody because I wouldn't fuck her with B. Arthur's dick. And B. Arthur was sitting next to him.
Didn't she get all pissed off too? Wasn't she really affected? There's a famous story about B. Arthur hated Betty White.
Yeah.
So one time they got her to appear at one of these fan things, autograph things, and supposedly every person who come up, B. Arthur said, "Well, thank you for coming. Betty White's a cunt." To every person, thank you for coming. Betty White's a cunt. She said that every person, which I hope it's true because that's a great story.
Like those pictures of Betty White when she's nude, it looks like the Marilyn Monroe pictures. Like
really,
she had a nice real pretty body and stuff.
Sure, it's not fake. Betty White, really?
He'll find it as we're yapping.
Jim finds everything up there, but
she was married.
There's a murder mystery at the Golden Girls.
Oh yeah, but they try and fill the nights out at a comedy club. They want to keep you in there, so they have drag brunches and that. But they have the new one now is the murder mysteries with the Golden Girls.
Is this Betty White?
Yeah.
Wow, really? Is that? I don't know. Maybe it's her.
Oh.
Playing card too.
There's a few, but they weren't censored. So
Yeah. Oh yeah. So you can't put on your show.
Yeah. The McGonigal podcast has the highest standards. But we talk about the Delco Dumper, but with no nipples here. It's just like Instagram. We have no nipple rule.
It's my Viagra. A dirty playing card deck with Betty White's picture on it. Hold on a second, I'll be right out.
So I saw again this week they released the list of this year, the inductees for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and they're letting everybody in. They don't care. They have no stand. I have a cousin who does this. He's on the ballot next year. He's up for consideration next year.
The hand guy, right?
But they're letting everybody in. I mean,
No, what irked me? It's called rock and roll. The leather vest and punching, crossing guards in the face. Well, last year they put like Cher and Salt and Pepper in, but not Warren Zevon until this year.
but he's actually getting inducted.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But I thought, is it special contributor?
It's special contributor.
Yeah, I don't understand it. Why is he not just getting inducted? I was mad for years that Warren Zevon wasn't.
Yeah, he should have been in with rock music, not.
You see, Joe Cocker finally getting in this year. Paul McCartney had to write a letter, urging them to put Joe Cocker in. That's how he got in.
Yeah, but they're having like
They have a lot of rap artists on there. Yeah, Run DMC.
The White Stripes got in this year. I was surprised to see that.
I think the White Stripes.
I like the White Stripes.
We don't realize the Foo Fighters are in.
McCartney gave the induction speech with the Foo Fighters.
It's weird in my mind. I think Foo Fighters are like 10 years old.
Oh no, they were around 30 years.
Yeah.
1995 was their first album.
Yeah.
Kurt Cobain killed himself, and like 8 months later,
time goes fast.
Yeah. My dad was always pissed Jethro Tull never got in. He's a bit. Yeah,
that's amazing. Jethro Tull was gigantic. Yes was gigantic.
Yeah.
How are they not in?
Yeah.
They must not have kissed the right ass. You know what I mean? Because not that I was a big fan, but they were gigantic. They sold
something against the flute. I don't know. They just really don't like that flute.
This year, finally, did Bad Company get in finally?
I think so.
But
Right?
why did it take them so long?
This is going to be, you're probably going to scream at me, but the band The Monkees aren't it,
probably
right?
should be in.
Well, what's his name? Jan Wenner, who publisher Rolling Stone magazine, he hates them because they're prefabricated. But infliction, wait a minute, prefabricated. What were the Shirelles and the Ronettes? They were all prefabricated girl bands.
Elvis Presley never wrote a song.
Exactly
Linda
right.
Ronstadt never wrote a song.
Right.
Yeah.
The Monkees sold millions of albums. They probably should be in. Kiss is in. What the hell? How are they in?
I heard I just for a little side. I heard 2 commercials today. Come to Philadelphia, or Atlantic City, Rivers Casino, or Ocean Casino, and you heard "I Want to Rock and Roll All Night," and the first commercial was the Gene Simmons Band. Then you hear the next commercial, "I Want to Rock and Roll," All Night, and it's the Ace Frehley Band at Rivers Casino. Like it's the same song, but they're 2 guys from the band. Ace Frehley's touring now, and so is Gene Simmons.
Without the Kiss?
2 separate bands. They're not doing Kiss
Wow,
music.
I never realized that Gene Simmons went out without Kiss.
They ended their final Vegas thing 6 months ago.
Yeah, Kiss is huge in Europe. When I was in Portugal, that's all they listened to there.
Kiss was gigantic. I mean, I'm not saying they shouldn't have been in, but it's just It's just kind of. Well, they let Bon Jovi in a couple years. I was like, Jesus Christ, Bon Jovi. Why isn't Jethro Tull in Yes in if Bon Jovi can get in? That doesn't make any sense.
I'm not a big fan of I like Kiss as a little kid, but it was like in wrestling, like Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, I mean, people say they have some good songs. They probably do. I never really gave much of a chance. Maybe they do have some good songs. I can't say that. They probably do.
One of the let's take it for 1 second. One of the greatest stories is they look at the rock god and the god of the Kiss and the spaceman and the cameo. But when they get me at the audience, their New York accents come out. And there's a video, and you can find it online. It's really funny. They're performing somewhere, and somebody shines a laser pointer in Paul Stanley's eyes. And he stops. He goes, "Stop!" The New York accent. He goes, "Who's the schmuck with the laser pointer?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to shut up your head."
Hey, schmuck. The whole facade of him being a rock star, and he turns into a middle-aged Jewish guy. Hey, schmuck. like he's the guy from the deli. It's unbelievable when you hear that recording, him yelling at the guy, "Hey,
schmuck."
He pulls out some makeup remover. He's like, "You wait right there. You wait right there."
That is unbelievable. You're hey, putz. It literally turns into the guy from the Taylor down the street. You the Taylor.
You have the chutzpah.
Exactly. I'll kick you in your smuggle if I get hold of you. Jesus Christ. That is a great audio if you can hear that. It is great. So Trump this week, he's threatening to cut off the funding for PBS and NPR. He's going to cut off their funding. But with Trump, it's a negotiation like everything else.
Right.
It's coming out now. If Carmen Sandiego will agree to self-deport to her home country, he'll restore some of the funding. Oscar the Grouse has to be pissed, right? Because he's a MAGA. He voted for Trump. Oscar. He's got to be pissed. The guy he voted for is cutting off his money. He's got to be pissed. But would it be that much of a tragedy if they cut that money off for PBS?
Well, it's worth. Yeah. So people they think about all
and there is good stuff on there. There is good stuff.
Sesame Street hasn't been on PBS since 2016. It went to the HBO Max or Netflix or something.
They don't show the reruns or anything, really?
I don't know. Maybe they do,
I don't have it on in the morning. The last thing I'd have on in the morning is PBS.
No, what they're mad at though is it's like and I only think their news programming, NPR, it's all anti-Trump stuff, right?
But I mean, they do. NPR and PBS both do some great programming, but I don't know if you necessarily need to be government funded anymore with the internet and everything. We have so much.
You have a million and one other choices.
Exactly. I'm not so sure they need government money. Whatever. I don't really care. But
if you ever look up online, somewhere the money that the Elmo toys make for whoever owns Sesame Street, they make tons of money from whatever Big Bird.
Well, where does that money go to now? Go to funding the PBS series.
No.
Go right to the deficit. Where's that go?
PBS only airs it. Some other company
really?
It's but you have commercials. Have Big Bird for Cialis.
That's probably not a bad idea. They can get sponsors.
And Big Bird doing
Cialis. I missed that. Okay. So did either of you guys get one of these real IDs that they're talking about?
Not yet.
No,
I didn't get. I must have been in a coma or something. I didn't realize it was such a big deal. Now all of a sudden they're talking that May 7th is the cutoff. If you don't have one, you
this
get
week. Yeah,
I didn't realize it was that big.
Wait, if you don't get, you can't get one.
No, you can, but
you have to get on a waiting list. The appointments are hard to get or something.
They
wasn't even paying attention to this story. I don't know why. It slipped off my radar.
Can you still get on a plane with a passport?
Yeah,
I guess
can.
But your regular driver's license, you can't.
Oh,
yeah.
Because my driver's license even says not for real ID purposes. So
yeah.
You have to, does it cost money? The extra money?
Yeah, when you have to renew it, I think it'll cost extra money because they told me they're like, I have to renew my license in June. So I'm like, I'll just get the real ID if it, cut out some of that stuff. But it's like, there's no appointments, but you should get it. And I was like, classic government. Like, how the hell do I get it?
Is your real ID your new license now too? You can show it to a cop.
Yeah.
I mean, you have or your driver.
I just renewed my driver's license this past September, and I didn't even realize. I guess I could have done that. Maybe I should have. I didn't even. Like I said, this wasn't even on my radar. Now it's a big. Of course, I haven't been on a plane since 2006, so it's not going to affect my life.
Yeah.
What do you need to renew your passport? And
6 points. Like you can use a passport, utility bill, old driver's license. But whoever named it real ID should be arrested because it's like I have a real ID. It's not a real ID. No, it is a real ID. And it's like Like it's not. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
You can't use your regular driver's license to get a real ID, or can you? Have a birth certificate.
I think you
Have a birth certificate.
Yeah, birth certificate, social security card.
couldn't
Yeah.
I recently had to get a copy of my birth certificate because I couldn't find mine. I had to pay $20 to send away to Harrisburg to get.
Jesus, man.
So you bring them all to the driver's license place and go here? Or you have to, or do you have to make an appointment or something?
Yeah, you would have to make an appointment or something.
And they said you're not allowed in government buildings, which means you can't do jury duty. So it might be a good thing.
Perfect.
That real ID. I don't have real ID.
I got jury duty coming up in May.
That's
Found my way out.
I'm assuming if you can't not allowed in a government building, they wouldn't let you in to do jury. I guess. I don't really know, but if they're using logic, not that the government uses logic, but if they are, you shouldn't be allowed to do. You would think. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, so the government is going to this RFK Jr. He's going to eliminate food dye. No food dye.
Right.
You're still going to get clogged arteries, but it's going to be really boring. You're going to have dull diabetes. No fun at all. But I mean, I guess it's a good thing to get rid of this food dye. I don't, I guess, but it makes food awfully boring.
I watched the clips. He showed like Fruit Loops in Canada and other countries. It looks different.
Right,
Like,
right. Well, there is a bunch of, you see how many fatzos in America.
Oh my God.
The shit, I can't imagine what they put in it. Because we didn't used to have these fat people. You see old clips. Like if you see
you're
film
right. Oh my
clips from
God.
like the 1930s and 1930s, there were no fat people.
You're
There
right.
literally weren't any fat people. And now that's all we have. So something, the products, they did something.
Or high-fat diets, all hormones and...
They did something because there's no way this is natural. All these fatzos you got walking around.
Yeah, it's funny. I went to visit Punta Cana. I went on vacation with the extra bus driver. Well, if you go to visit the other side of the island, you get swim with nurse sharks. They're the friendly sharks. Right? They fix your shoes when you sleep. But you drive through the poor part of town. And that's poverty. I mean, our poverty. You see a 400-pound person waiting for the bus.
Oh, exactly.
That's right. Their part. That's real. Like you start crying.
But they did something to this food. I don't know what they did over the last 50 years, but it ain't right.
Oh my God!
It ain't good.
A 400-pound second grader and like fat. That's 1,000-pound sisters and stuff.
That's what I mean. This isn't that. Well, we did about an hour. Didn't we, Jim? Just about an hour. I want to thank my guest.
Oh, there's the difference of the Fruit Loops there. Yeah.
Hungry, which is amazing because you look at it, you don't get very hungry. You look at that Fruit Loop bowl. No, not at all. Not at all. John, you have anything to plug?
The Kensil Culture podcast we do here in the studios here.
Any shows?
May 18th, I'll be at. Check me out on Facebook, John Kensil on Facebook. I have my dates listed there.
And I'll be doing a show with Dan Callahan. What's the name of the place, Dan?
It's a Garden State Distillery in Toms River, New Jersey. That's coming up May 15th.
May 15th. Me and Dan. Who else is on the show?
Charlie Gibson, Rob Brooks, and Jim Kelly.
Nice.
Yeah.
The show, the place you can come out and hate me in person. And check out Dan's podcast, South Jersey Band.
Yeah,
He does it. Brendan Donegan. Brendan was on this podcast. So
Brendan's a good guy.
Dan's podcast, John's podcast, everybody's podcast, because we can't get enough podcasts in this country. Everybody's just sitting around either watching or starring on a podcast. That's all the country does. But check out my Facebook for maybe other dates or whatnot.
Sure.
Yep. NPR for Dummies. Tune in for the next. See you on the next dumb episode.
Comedy Train.